Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Thursday, August 10th, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. Maui fires, hunters, oligarchs, Amazon now in the medical field, and will Washington go back to their original name? That's all coming up. Then Bill will be here with your message of the day. But first, these Maui wildfires are awful. At least 6 people have died so far. The fires got whipped up because of Hurricane Dora. There's almost no cell service. They say it could take days or even weeks to get the cell networks back up and running. The towers were built to withstand a Category 5. Dora was a Category 4. But it wasn't just the winds. The fires got too close to the cell sites. They burned the equipment, the antennas, the feed lines, all that other stuff, but also weakened the towers. So then a Category 4 could knock them over. Along with cell phone service being out, that means 911 is out of service as well. So we won't know the damage or the loss of life for quite a while now in Hawaii. House Republicans have released more information that oligarchs from Russia, Ukraine, and Kazakhstan have paid millions of dollars to Hunter Biden. Chairman of the committee, James Comer, says it appears no real services were provided other than access to the Biden network, including Joe Biden himself. Comer says that they've identified over $20 million in payments from sources to the Biden family and at least 20 sham companies that they had to hide the money and funnel it around. July of last year, Amazon bought a company, One Medical, for $3.9 billion. And they finally opened up 2 locations in Connecticut, one in San Francisco and one in Milwaukee coming soon. The deal with these clinics are they charge $199 annual membership, and you get all your basic medical checkups, chronic conditions, mental health, urgent care, and then everything else can be done on an app. I don't care if it's One Medical or some other company, but the system we have now where you make an appointment, wait weeks, drive far away to the doctor, sit in the waiting room. Finally, you get to see the doctor, wait in that room for 30 minutes, and then you see the doctor for 6 minutes, and then you got to drive across town to the pharmacy. This is no good. This needs to change. I hope someone can fix it. I love this. There's a group that claims to be a Native American advocacy group, the Native American Guardians Association. They've threatened to boycott the NFL unless the Washington Commanders return to their original name of the Redskins. They wrote a letter formally requesting the team revitalize its relationship with the American Indian community and rightfully change their name back to the Redskins. The group claims that this has been cancel culture against Native Americans. Bill O'Reilly with your message of the day. Next.
The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped 20%, and this year could be worse. You are right to be worried. So please call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I have been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Thursday, as we reported on television last night, President Biden's situation with his son parallels that of Richard Nixon, who resigned from the presidency 49 years ago this week. It took a while for evidence against Nixon to be presented, but once the White House tapes were ordered released by a federal judge, there was no doubt Nixon tried to cover up the Watergate burglary. Joe Biden should study the Watergate investigation because he himself is in legal peril. It is true the president has a compliant attorney general and a corrupt corporate media on his side, but that will not be enough in the court of public opinion. Evidence is mounting that as vice president, Joe Biden helped his son and brother amass tens of millions of dollars from foreign companies in return for nothing. There is little question that happened. And stunningly, Mr. Biden lied about it in a presidential debate and in the White House. House Republicans smell blood. They don't like Biden anyway and are horrified by his son Hunter's soft treatment by the misnamed Justice Department. The noose is tightening. Of course, former President Trump has his own legal problems, but they will not diminish Joe Biden's situation. It will come to a head this fall. Wait and see. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Okay, let's go to the mail. Sid in California. Frankly, I've never heard of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. Nobody has, Sid. We broke it yesterday, but thank you for bringing it to us. I watch the No Spin News on YouTube. That's growing, but you can't watch all of the No Spin News on YouTube, just the clips. So you want the No Spin News, you got to go to BillO'Reilly.com or The First or our distributors. Monica Samanha, Bonita Springs, Florida. Ever since the Georgia recounting the votes process, I've been screaming, why isn't anyone asking this question? You know, garbage in, garbage out. Did they ever validate how many votes were duplicated? The state of Georgia did a complete county by county recount of every vote. Now, I mean, that's all the states can do. Leo Goldner, Rybrook, New York. Bill, you know Trump very well. Given the bravado he always displays when discussing his many indictments, do you think inside he has some anxiety? Yes, I do. Any human being would. And they're trying to wear him down. No doubt about it. Mitchell Keller, Lake Moore, Illinois. I understand how Donald Trump needs to lower what he says about Jack Smith in the media. That's a special prosecutor. But what would you advise him to do? Well, he hasn't asked me, but if he does, I will tell him, don't make it personal. Don't call him a thug. Don't do any of that. Just have the facts and say, this is what I did on this date. This is what I did on that date. This is why this is bogus. But don't make it personal. That would be my advice. Charles, that most Americans vote on the basis of ideology. That is true. So it doesn't matter if Bidenomics works or not. As long as progressives provide free stuff, allow unrestricted abortion, and an open border, nothing else matters. We'll see. We'll see. In a moment, something you might not know. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 54 years ago today, members of a violent cult descended on a private home in Beverly Hills, California. Over the span of 48 hours, the group launched a killing spree that claimed the lives of 8 innocent people. Here is the story of the Manson family murders. Charles Manson moved to Los Angeles in 1967 after spending most of his life in prison for petty crimes. He began preaching his messianic message to young hippies and drug addicts. According to Manson, a series of gruesome killings across the USA would start a global race war. The conflict would destroy 99% of the world's population. In the aftermath, Charlie Manson would emerge from his doomsday bunker and rule the earth. In the summer of 1969, Manson dispatched his so-called family to kick off the apocalypse. On August 9th, the cult murdered 5 people in movie director Roman Polanski's Beverly Hills home, including his pregnant wife, actress Sharon Tate. 2 days later, the group killed again, targeting supermarket executive Lino LaBianca and his wife Rosemary inside their California home. Manson himself remained on his ranch as the carnage unfolded. He was finally arrested after one of his followers tipped off police. The subsequent trial became a worldwide spectacle. Manson and 4 members of his group were found guilty of murder in 1971. The cult leader was given the death penalty, but that was converted to life in prison after California overturned capital punishment a few years later. Charles Manson died in prison from cardiac arrest in 2017 at the age of 83. And here's something else you might not know. One of the Manson family killers was released from prison earlier this summer. Leslie Van Houten, who committed her crimes as a teenager, was freed in July after 53 years behind bars. The parole is very controversial, but by most accounts, Miss Van Houten did rehabilitate herself in prison. Back after this. In these tough times, owing money to the IRS can be overwhelming, leaving you confused about the right approach. Scary radio ads about the IRS only add to the stress. But you can relax and breathe easy with Tax Relief Advocates, TRA. Regardless of whether you owe $5,000 or $50,000 in tax debt, TRA ensures you no longer have to fear the IRS. With a proven 3-step resolution process and expertise in IRS special programs, TRA helps taxpayers get back on track, boasting 5-star ratings on Google and Yelp, plus an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. TRA is the trusted choice. If you feel trapped by the IRS and debt, do not lose hope. TRA can significantly reduce or eliminate your tax burden and offers a guarantee no payment if they cannot reduce your tax debt. Please visit TRA.com or call 800-575-2193, 800-575-2193. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.